Hi everybody, welcome. My name is Jared and this is Simply Tuning In. For those of you who are new and joining us for the first time, welcome. We are a singing group based in Berlin and we meet weekly to have a singing topic of the week that we work on, as well as working on musicality, kind of other things that are involved with singing. So it's great to have you along with us. If you are an old timer and have been with us since the beginning, or you're joining us just for today, thank you. It's great to have you. And yeah, let's get underway. So the topic of this week is how do you sing well? And it's kind of a big topic because I think for a lot of people, they know what good singing sounds like and they say, okay, that's good, that's not good. But how do we actually break down what good singing is? It's a big topic. So I want you to pause the video and see if you can write down a couple of things that when you think of, okay, this is good singing, this is what I'm listening for. I'll give you 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Okay, welcome back. So for me personally, how I define good singing, it comes down to 3 things. 1, does it sound good? Does it achieve its artistic goal? So for example, you're singing a song about a breakup and you're like super sad about it. You're probably not going to want to sound super happy and beautiful, right? You're probably going to want to sound anguished and full of pain. Yeah? So if you've been able to sing in a way that conveys that feeling you want to convey, I would say that's successful singing, right? It doesn't have to sound beautiful, but it's effective. Yeah? And exactly for long, lyrical, beautiful songs, hallelujah, hallelujah, something like that, right? Then of course you're going to want to sound more beautiful and lyrical, and that's going to be good. Okay? So you would think, okay, done. But the problem is there's 2 other things. 1, so you need to be able to make sure your song is achieving its artistic goal. Number 2, is it healthy? When you sing this way, does it hurt your voice? Because honestly, it doesn't matter how good you sing, how good you sound, if at the end of the day you're hurting yourself. There are a lot of professional singers out there in every field. I'm not going to bash pop singers or rock singers or opera singers. I personally come from an opera background, but I know a lot of opera singers who sing in a way that sounds great, but isn't vocally healthy. So we need to make sure, as we're learning how to sing, it's vocally healthy. Is this something I can do every day? So that's number 2. And number 3, can I do it again? Anytime you're learning how to do anything, singing included, but like, especially things with your body, you develop a technique for doing it. So if you want to throw a ball, for example, you're throwing the ball, all right, and you're moving your arm in a specific way. The way you do that is your technique, and it's no different for the way you sing. So you want to make sure that you're singing in a way that you can repeat over and over again. So I mean, it makes no difference if you can sing beautifully and perfectly according to your goal, and in a way that's super healthy if you can only do it 1 time. So our goal for the lesson, and for all the lessons to come, is how do we make our singing great? How do we make it sound good? How do we make it healthy? And how do we make it in a way that we can do it over and over again? So, those are the things we're going to focus on today. All right. Yeah, I want to hop right into our warm-up. So, we start every warm-up with the exact same exercise. And so before I even get into why we're doing it, because there should be a reason for every warm-up that you do, right? Let's just hop right in. I'm just noticing that my piano is crooked. Okay, we'll keep that in the video, why not? Okay. So start with a hum, and it'll sound like this. Oh man, I'm already feeling all the gunk in my throat. Let it all out, not a big deal. See if you can relax as much as possible. The key to doing anything with good technique is making sure the body is relaxed and can operate the way it wants to. 2, and if you're a lady, you're going to be singing an octave higher. Here we go. 2, 3, relax, and 2, 3, and 2, 3, and last one. 2, 3, and... So that first exercise is all about relaxing. It's about connecting with your body. I always tell my students, on that first exercise, we're just humming, and who cares how you sound? I think we tend to get in our heads a lot when we sing, and we're all wrapped up in how do I sound as good as I can? When, in theory, sometimes you need to just relax and sing. So, I personally have 3 reasons that I warm up every time I warm up. And I think for every person it's going to be different. But for me, my 3 reasons that I warm up, I need to mentally check in with myself. All right, how do I get in the right singing mindset? How do I make sure that I'm focusing on the singing and not whether, I don't know, something is really stressing me out. Maybe something that's going on at the moment that I don't want to talk about in the video. Maybe, I don't know, I have a specific goal that I'm preparing my singing for, and I'm really stressed about that goal. Well, the thing is, that's not going to help your singing to be stressed out about it. Let it all go. Focus on the singing. I always make my first exercise, this basic humming exercise. I always make it just about relaxing, getting in a healthy mindset, and trying to let as much of that other stuff out. Number 2, you need to get your body warmed up. Yeah, thinking about any time you're running or doing any sort of physical activity, because the body needs to warm up. Like singing is sport too, you know. So get your body all involved. So I want to start for the next part of the warm up. Everybody, please stand up. Oh, and see if you can get some good stretch on. So find all of those kinks, all of those sitting in an office chair for way too long right now kinks. I'm just as guilty. Ugh. And let all that stuff out. The side. Oh, stretch on your tippy toes. Give yourself a nice little shake. Sometimes I like to do the hokey pokey. Not going to do it today, but maybe we will in another video. Give yourself a nice pat down. Get the blood flowing. A little bit of a massage, maybe. And now that you got a little bit of blood running through your veins, your body's feeling a little bit more ready to go. So, let's keep going. The third reason I like to warm up is we need to see how you're doing today. Your body is your instrument, right? And so all of these things that we talked about before about good singing, it all doesn't really make any sense if you don't really know how you're feeling today. So check in with your body, see how the voice is feeling. I'm definitely feeling very phlegmy right now, so you might hear me clearing my throat a bit. But everybody's going to be feeling different on a different day, so let's just explore. And I like to explore that through the speaking voice, because your singing voice comes from your speaking voice. Si canta come si parla. Yeah? So, just explore the hard parts of your voice. Oh! Ooh! Ah! Stick your tongue out and make a silly sound. Oh, yep, definitely feel the that phlegm I was talking about. Oh, hey. My neighbors probably think I'm really strange. All right, but yeah, find it in your speaking voice. How's your voice doing today? Because your singing voice comes from your speaking voice. So I want to start with some very basic. Yo, 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 yo. Yo, 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 yo. Yo, 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 yo. If you're standing, gotta get a sway on. If you're sitting, get a nice sway on. 2, 3, and yo, 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 yo. 2, ready, and yo, 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 yo. 2, 3, and yo, 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 yo. 2, 3, and yo, 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 yo. Don't try to sound too beautiful on your warm-up. You're not here to impress anybody, right? Try to practice your singing well when you get to the singing part. But warming up, try to focus on those 3 things. Mentally prepare. Make sure you're thinking about the singing and not thinking about something else. Thinking about how you're making a video for the first time and you wanted to make it a good one. Maybe for you that's not a problem, but for me it is. Check in with your body. How's your body feeling today? And make sure you're getting the physical part of your body warmed up. Don't worry so much about the other stuff, right? I always find slides to be a great way to get the voice warmed up quickly. So let's see if we can get some of that happening. Ya, 2, 3. Ya. And of course, if you're a lady, you're doing an octave higher. Ya. Ya, 2, 3. And ready. Ya. 2, 3. And ya. 2 more. Here we go. Ya. Last one. Here we go. Ya. Can everybody go, hey, for me? Hey. Exactly. And you're like, okay, I don't get it. This is your chest voice. This is what we're going to practice today when we're singing our song of the day change is going to come. We're going to need a lot of that chest voice. And that's exactly coming from, you see like a friend across the street. And you're like, hey, I'm right here. Hey. That's your singing voice. So we're going to do the exact same thing we just did, but in reverse. Hey. Feel like you're speaking, not you're singing. Ready? And hey. 2, faster, please. Hey. Get that body warmed up. Hey. Hey. And hey. What's the one thing we should never, ever do when we're singing? Never sing from your throat. So, I mean, I think a lot of times we notice this. We're singing something and it's going super high, right? Ah! And a lot of times we'll come up into our throats. And I'll give you an example. Oop, that's not it. And you can feel it coming into my throat, right? And I think a lot of us default to this because we're not used to the healthy way of coming high. So if you ever are starting to notice that sound coming into our throats, relax, think down, and feel it in your chest voice. So instead of ya, ya, hey, I'm over here, hey. It's the exact same voice we were just using before. So I want to keep with this sliding we're going on here. You take a break when you're done. Okay? So if you're feeling a point, this is too high for me, you go ahead and decide for yourself what's too much. We'll continue with ah. Alright? 1, 2, 3. Ah. 2, 3. Breathe. Ah. 2, 3. Ah. Ready. And ready. So you can hear I'm coming towards the top of my voice. If you're a tenor or a soprano, you're the higher voice types, then keep going. See how far your voice can go. If you don't know, listen to your body. Your body will tell you, stop, this is enough. Do 2 more. And your chest voice. I can't anymore, this is too high for me. Very good. Again, if you're noticing that it's starting to hurt a bit in your throat, put the brakes on. Say, okay, this is the highest note I can sing. This is the highest note I can sing, healthfully, right? And we want to slowly expand our range until we find our natural borders, our natural boundaries, sorry. German's creeping in. So, one more time. I start up here. Everybody, now start down here. Ooh, and everybody, can you go, ooh. You just saw something really cool, and you're like that little kid inside of you pops out. Ooh. Yeah, this is our head voice. We're going to use it a little bit today for Frère Jacques, but I just want. Feel, keep it light. Think up as you go down, right? Don't carry the weight. Ooh. go down, right? Keep it light, keep it beautiful. I'm sorry, we're here. Ready? And... Oof, sorry, I tried to do it my falsetto, it didn't come out. 2, ready? And... should always feel gentle. And last one. Here we go. Yeah, very nice. Okay, let's take a little bit of a break. We're going to hop into our first song, which is Frère Jacques. Something I'm sure you've noticed in the video already is that I don't pause and stop the video and edit the video when I make mistakes. And I think it's because for me, it's super important that we need to acknowledge that mistakes are part of the learning process. And for me, I'm learning how to make videos. So I'm accepting that I'm going to make mistakes as I'm making this video. And you need to accept as well. You need to accept. Yeah, it also will be helpful to accept that it's good to make mistakes, right? It's good as you're trying to learn if you sing a wrong note, right? You can always go back and do it again, yeah? Whenever we're doing the in-person classes, I always encourage people to make their mistakes and make them proudly. So I'm going to do the same. I challenge you to do the same as well. Make your mistakes, make them proud, and try to do better next time, right? And if you make that same mistake again, it's okay. You're trying your best. Try better again, and try again next time as well, right? And eventually you'll get to a point where you can do it well. So if at any time we're singing this song, something's not quite working, don't get discouraged. It takes time, yeah? Everything takes time whenever you're learning how to do something. And I think it's important to be not too critical of yourself. You're trying your best. I'm trying my best too. We'll try our best together. Okay. So anyhow, that being said, let's hop into our first song, which is Frère Jacques. I always like to start with a children's song in these lessons because it's super easy to learn the notes normally. I mean, there are some crazy children's songs out there. But Frère Jacques, a lot of people know it. You might know it in Germany as Bruder Jakob. I think we still call it Frère Jacques in the States, even though we sing Are You Sleeping, Brother John in English. But anyhow, so this is, I'll teach you the song first, then we'll hop in and we'll do it together. So here's how it sounds. Frère Jacques, Frère Jacques, sonnez les matines, din dan don, din dan don. That's how the song's gonna go. You can go back and listen to it a couple more times if you need to learn it again. We'll go over the words really quickly. So it's frère, and you're like, oh gosh, that sound doesn't exist in English. You can always say frère. Don't ever be embarrassed to sing a song in a foreign language with your own accent. I think a lot of people, they just like, oh, I can't make the sounds, I'm out of here. And I think that's the wrong approach. We're always working and trying to make it better, just like I was talking before. But accept that, you know, you're learning this song, you're learning a new language, right? Don't be too harsh on yourself. Frère Jacques. Frère Jacques, exactly. Dormez-vous. Or if you want to be super French, dormez-vous. But dormez-vous, dormez-vous, sonnez les matines. When you say it twice, sonnez les matines, din dan don. Exactly. So Frère Jacques, Brother Jacob. I guess you say Brother John in English, huh? Frère Jacques. Oh, Jacques is Jacob, of course. Is Jake, yeah. So Brother John, Brother John. Getting all, I discombobulated here. Brother John, Frère Jacques, dormez-vous, are you sleeping? Sonnez les matines. Sound the bells. The morning matina is for matin, which means morning in French, and it's the morning bells. So it's basically like, hey, it's time to start the day. Gotta wake up. Please sound the bells. Stop sleeping. Stop slacking off, Frère Jacques. It's more playful. I don't think this is a song you take too seriously, right? Sing it with a smile on your face. Have fun. So we'll do it officially together one time. I hope you've gone back and watched the video where I sang through the song. Practice with it a couple of times. If you're already an expert at Bruder Jakobing or Frère Jacquesing, then hop right in. Let's see how we do. 1, 2, ready, and Jacques, Frère Jacques, dormez-vous, dormez-vous, sonnez les matines, sonnez les matines, din dan don, din dan don. Yeah, very good. Let's take it to the next level. Okay, I want to talk about something called legato. Maybe you've heard this word before, maybe you've sung in high school choir, maybe you've heard on the street, this is the word legato, everybody's talking about it, you know, you hear it, legato. And legato is how the music flows together. So in a lot of songs, so our song of the day, A Change is Gonna Come, and Frère Jacques, you really kind of have this idea that the music has to flow in a certain direction. So instead of thinking, bum, 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 Frère Jacques, Frère Jacques, I mean, it's fine, but think about how the music flows. Frère Jacques, Frère Jacques, dormez-vous. And the sound has to grow. Make it, I always like to like sort of compare it to like a flower opening, right? You start gently and you let that sound come out. It has to be playful too, right? So it's not just, not that sort of stereotypical like, yeah, I don't know, none of that kind of silly opera singery stuff, right? All music has this idea of line, legato. This is what makes our sound beautiful. So I want to give it a try again and really do it one line at a time. Frère Jacques, Frère Jacques. And we're going to have a reset point. Okay, so it's Frère Jacques, reset, new idea. Line, breath, line. And really reset yourself. And think, instead of note, 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 think line, line. Call that like macro thinking. Frère Jacques, Frère Jacques. Going on. Dormez-vous, dormez-vous. So if you think about the French language, so you probably wanted to go on. So if you think about the French language, it's what we call a very legato language. It's anytime you have a break in the sound, they actually they put a sound in the phrase, so that way that it's not interrupted. So for example, sonnez les matines, right? There's no sonnez les matines. Not like in English where we would say like, are you okay? And there's like this glottal stop. In French, we don't really have that. It always flows. I guess we don't really have an example. Frère Jacques, dormez-vous, sonnez les matines. Okay, we don't have one example in this song, but French usually flows that way, I promise. All right, let's go from sonnez les matines. And just notice how this line wants to move forward. Sonnez les matines, sonnez les matines, din dan don, din dan don. And there we can get some separation, right? Music is beautiful because we make something like this, and then we make something different, right? So, line, line, and at the end, din, dan, don, din, dan, don. There's still a little bit of that line, but I want some separation so we can add a little bit of playfulness to it, right? Do that with your hands too. Din, dan, don. Very good. Okay, so let's do the song one last time. Normally we do it a few times, then we'll do it in canon. But since we're not all together, we're all doing this virtually, I think we'll have to keep it simple for today. All right, one more time. I will try to do my best to play the accompaniment and sing with legato, but I can't do everything at the same time. So I have to count on you to get that legato in there. Okay? I know you got it. 1, 2, here we go. Frère Jacques, Frère Jacques, dormez-vous, dormez-vous, sonnez les matines, sonnez les matines, din dan don, din dan. One more time. Frère Jacques, Frère Jacques, dormez-vous, dormez-vous, sonnez les matines, sonnez les matines, din dan don, din dan don. I'm just being silly. All right, yeah, very nice. And I think you can have fun even with these kind of basic children's songs that we've been singing since we were just little kids, right? But yeah, nice job. So we're going to take that exact idea, this idea of legato and flow, and we're going to throw it in with A Change Is Gonna Come. So here's the structure of how I'm going to work out this song, A Change Is Gonna Come. I'd like to sing through it once. If you've heard the song before, you can go ahead and pause. If you haven't heard this song before, go ahead and pause it, maybe take a listen somewhere else, and then come back. We're going to sing through it one time together, just crashing through it, okay? Then I'm going to break it down. Each little section we're going to learn, the first 3 verses are the same, then there's a bridge, and then there's another verse again. So it's kind of the general structure of the song. The 4 verses are basically the same with the notes, and then the bridge is a little bit different. So let's all crash through together, see how it goes. Again, pause the video, take a listen somewhere else, and come on back. We'll see you in a sec. Forgot to tune the guitar before, but it sounds okay. Alright. I'll give a little bit of an introduction here. Maybe something like, nope, that's not right. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. I was born by the river. Just like that river, I've been running ever since. It's been a long time coming, but I know change is gonna come. Oh, yes it will. Let me repeat again one more time. It's been too hard living, but I'm afraid to die, 'cause I don't know what's out there beyond the sky. It's been a long time coming, but I know, change is gonna come. Oh, yes it will. I go to the movie, and I go downtown. Somebody keeps telling me, don't hang around. It's been a long time coming, but I know change is gonna come. Oh, yes it will. The change. And I go to my brother, and I say, brother, help me please. But he winds up knocking me back down on my knees. Ooh, there have been times when I thought I couldn't last for long, but now I think I'm able to carry on. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change is gonna come. Oh, yes it will, and I know run through, right? Okay, so you might have noticed I'm changing a few things a little bit different from the original recording, and it always happens. So whenever one of the things that's most important when you're singing a song is you have to make it your own in some sort of way. And I sometimes have a hard time keeping things exactly the same because I want to do it in a way that's authentic to me. So I'm going to try to teach you the way that kind of I'm doing it, and it doesn't have to be. And if you want to do it a different way, I encourage you to get out a guitar, go for it, and make your own version. So this is going to be the one that I'm going to go with. We'll just go one line at a time. So starting at the beginning, and then also we're going to go back and we're going to sing the whole song after we've learned it. You're going to notice there's a big difference, yeah, now that we've worked on it. So, I was born by the river, just a little bit. Oh, 1, 2, 3. I was born by the river. And of course, I encourage all ladies out there, if it feels better to do it up the octave, do it up the octave. I was born by the river. Going on in a little tent. Exactly. And then let's do that whole bit together. Why not? I was born by the river in a little tent. Very good. Oh, and just like that river, I've been running. Break. Ever since. So just that little line. I'm born by the river in a little tent. Oh, and just like that river, I've been running. With the chord. Ever since. Exactly. And then you probably know this part coming up. It's been a long time coming. Just a little bit. It's been a long time coming. And then here's the part that maybe I'm doing a bit differently. It sounds like this. But I know that part one more time. Fortunately, I don't know what the parts that are hard for you because I think it's every time I do this lesson, I notice that certain parts are different for each class. So you go back and listen to the parts again and do over the parts again that you're maybe struggling with some of the notes, right? Totally normal. We're learning a new song in like what, 15 minutes? Less maybe? Yeah? You're doing great. The most important thing is you don't give up. All right. But I know a change is gonna come. Oh, yes it will. Yeah, let's try that whole first verse together, just that verse. And a ball. I was born by the river in a little sand. Oh, and just like that river, I've been running ever since. It's been a long time coming, but I know change is gonna come. Oh, yes it will. Hey, nice job. We made it through that whole part. And the next verses are basically the same. So instead of going on, I actually want to break down, okay, how do we make this part sound beautiful? So one of the things that we can do to help make this song sound great, thinking about it in chunks. We also got a wail in our chest voice. So this first note, I was born. All right, I want everybody, please stand up if you're sitting down and you're singing along. I want to really connect into your chest voice. So this do. So yeah, this is a C for anybody who's taking count, or a do if you're coming from a do re mi fa sol la si do country. So instead of born, I was born. No, don't go into your throat, please. Go into your body. I was born. Everybody put your hands in your jaw like this and make a stupid sound. Just go, Yeah, exactly. Okay, so you take that and we're going to go high with that. Ah! Yeah, exactly. I know it sounds silly, but you have to be willing to make an ugly sound to make a beautiful one. So this is the note we're trying to find. Ah! Oh! Stick your tongue super out, right? Really have no expectation it's going to be good. Have fun with it. Ah! Oh! Blah, 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 blah. Yeah? Ah! And check it out. That's that note. I was born. Ah! That's how you sing that song in a healthy way. That sounds cool. So, keep your hands on your jaws. Alright? Alright, I'm going to play the beginning part. And I just want to do the I was born. Everybody go blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. And keep that sound out of your throat. Keep it in your chest and see how that sounds. Oh no, I knocked my guitar out of tune. I gotta get a tuner. I'll be right back. Okay, and we're back. Sorry about that. I knocked the guitar out of tune as I put it on the stand, so I had to go retune it. Sounds good now, though. Okay, so we're back to where we were. We had our hands on our cheeks, right? And we're gonna go la la la, and see if we can get that relaxed, full sound out. I mean, this is the C, so we're starting to begin on for untrained voices. We're starting to get to kind of high note territory. So if it feels hard, don't judge yourself, right? All right, let's give it a try. Sorry about that. 1, 2, 3. I love blah 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 blah. Really make it super ugly. Make it healthy, but make it ugly. 1, 2, 3. I love blah 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 blah. Exactly. I had a little hiccup in there. All right. Yeah. Take your hands away. Keep your jaw relaxed like you were before, and see if you can have that sound come out exactly in that same healthy way, but this time it's free. And 1, 2, 3. I was born by the river. Hey, I hope it was working for you. It sounded pretty good for me. Cool. Now we want to take that beautiful chest voice that we're working on, right? That relaxed, healthy chest voice, and now we're going to put it in a line. So instead of thinking blah blah blah, we're really thinking about sliding through that phrase. I was born by the river. Keep it flowing. Above all costs. Wait, is that how you say it? Yeah, at all costs, make sure that it's flowing. Think of it one line at a time. I was born by the river. One idea. Don't take a breath. You know you can do it. You can take a breath before in a little tent. I'll allow that one. Okay. Here we go. 2, 3. I was born by the river in a little tent. Right? We're not thinking in a little tent. When we're learning it, maybe that could be helpful. But we want to throw all that away once we know the song and really get that feeling of moving through that phrase. This song is all about style and being smooth. Right? Alright, let's see if we can apply that exact concept. Relax, keep that chest voice going on that relaxed high note. And I know a change is gonna come. Almost like you have your hands on your jaw and you're just singing right from your chest. Okay? Let's give it a try. I was born by the river in a little tent. Oh, and just like that river, I've been running ever since. It's been a long time coming, but I know change is gonna come. Oh yes it will. Oh yes it will. Anytime we have one of those sliding, we call them blue notes, right? Oh, yes, it will. Really make sure that's flowing in there. All right, cool. Yeah, go ahead and go back and practice that if you want to get that flow developed a little more. All right, I'd like to move on. Next part, learning the notes. All right, I think we've got it for It's Been Too Hard Living. You're allowed a little bit of your own free space to give it a try. But we're going. So then I go to my brother. So it sounds like this. A change is gonna come. Oh, yes, it will. And I go. No, that's not how I want to do it. All right, let's try that again. A change is gonna come. Oh, yes, it will. And I go to my brother. And I say, brother, help me, please. But he winds up knocking me back down on my knees. Oh. So it's that C again, that exact same back down on my knees. Make sure we're tapping into that chest voice for that part, right? Okay. So then I go to my brother. Give that one little bit of try. The change is gonna come. Oh, yes, it will. Go right on. Then I go to my brother. And I say, brother, help me, please. And I say, brother, help me, please. Exactly. And he winds up knocking me. Exact same notes, exact same rhythms. Then I go to my brother, but he winds up knocking me. And then the new part. Back down on my knees. Really keep that flow with that chest voice. Back down on my knees. Keep it out of the throat. Keep it in the chest. It's going to be beautiful. All right, cool. Let's try the bridge again. We'll get into it. I think the first time I played it, I took a little bit too long on that transition. On this time, for the final run through, I would like to go right through it. The change is going to come. Oh, yes, it will. Go right on. And I go to my brother. I say, brother, help me, please. But he winds up knocking me. Fun part. Back down on my knees. Oh, there were times. So we're going to slow down for that transition part. Okay? So, back down on my knees, oh. And then follow me. I'm going to give you a nice big transition there, right? If you want to go into your falsettos or your high voices, that could be a fun part. Back down on my knees, oh. All right, for maybe it's not sounding so good. But for me, if I'm doing it on the octave. Back down on my knees, ooh. There were times. Exactly. Okay, so those are the things I want to focus on. We're about to do our final run through, and anybody who's ever been a part of my classes before knows that I have a single rule when we're doing our final run through, and that's have fun. Never ever forget, singing is a fun thing. Singing is something that we enjoy doing together, right? I mean, I think a lot of times we get so wrapped up in trying to do a thing well that we forget the reason we do it in the first place. Mm-hmm. And so I chose this song on purpose because right now it's a tough time. Yeah, I think it's tough for a lot of people. It's tough being stuck in your apartment. Yeah, I mean, I'm currently on quarantine and lockdown. And I think this song is great at acknowledging that things have been tough, but there's no reason to give up hope. So let's throw all of that stuff that we were just doing. Let's throw it out the window. Let's have a good time together. Mm-hmm. Whatever sticks, sticks. Mm-hmm. And maybe we can come back to the song at a later time and see how it's improved as you've sung it and practiced. So, final run through. Let's have a good time. All right, I'll give you a little bit of an introduction here. Here we go, beginning. I was born by the river, in a little tent, oh, just like that river I've been running ever since. It's been a long time coming, but I know change is gonna come. Oh, yes, it will. It's been too hard living, but I'm afraid to die, 'cause I don't know what's out there beyond the sky. It's been a long time coming, but I know change is gonna come. Oh, yes, it will. I go to the movies, and I go downtown. Somebody keep telling me, don't hang around. It's been a long time coming, but I know change is gonna come. Oh, yes, it will. I go to my brother and I say, brother, help me please. But he winds up knocking me back down on my knees. Oh, there were times when I thought I could last for long, but now I think I'm able to carry on. It's been a long time coming, but I know change is gonna come. Oh, yes, it will. And I know change is gonna come. Oh, yes, it will. Sorry if you were singing along. I think it's always important to throw some fun on there. All right, thanks for being a part of our first lesson. It's great to have you along. We update every Wednesday, and I hope to see you for the next one. Have a good one.